There's just so much noise in crypto content right now, and most of it honestly isn't worth the time. Either it's dense enough to put a developer to sleep, or someone's just quietly collecting a check to talk about some project. I've learned to recognize both pretty fast, but one thing that kept catching my eye is this idea that the gas coming out of a wallet on every on-chain transaction doesn't just vanish permanently. Every time something moves on the blockchain, it costs fees, and apparently there's a way to get a chunk of that back. I've spent the last few years actually getting into the guts of DeFi protocols, and after doing that long enough, the difference between something real and something that just looks real becomes pretty obvious. So I'm going to show a project that's been on my watch list for quite some time, and I'll also touch on what actually goes through my head when evaluating whether something is worth digging into. But the first thing I always want to do is get hands-on with the product itself before anything else, because how something actually functions on a technical level is always way more telling than whatever pitch the team puts out. So first step is connecting the wallet that sees the most activity from my end. That's where all the relevant transaction history is piled up. This platform has got a handful of connection options sitting there, which right off the bat is a decent sign. I'll just choose what makes sense for my setup. And okay, that went through clean. Wallet address is right there on the panel. So here I pick which chains to run the scan on. So just going down the list and selecting the networks I've usually been using, and then press scan. Okay, now system starts pulling all the data together. Scan just came back. This panel is now showing the full breakdown of total gas that's moved out of my wallet over the whole history, and how much of that is actually sitting there available to claim. Press view results. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going through and pick the chain to claim from, or actually I can just hit all networks at the same time, which is what I'm doing. Then I set the destination network where I want the tokens to be sent and press confirm. Okay, from here, protocol just needs a few minutes to sort everything out on its end.
So while that's doing its thing, let me just break down the actual mechanics here, and I'll strip out all the complicated language because honestly, this stuff is pretty straightforward once it's explained properly. So the protocol is tied into trading platforms that run entirely on the blockchain. No company behind the curtain, no servers, just on-chain code doing all the work. Every trade that moves through those platforms sends a small cut straight into a rebate pool. And that pool also picks up a portion of what validators normally just take for themselves when they decide which transactions jump the queue inside a block. That's value that usually gets absorbed by the network, and that's the end of it. And then on top of that, there's a separate reserve that's there purely to handle the historical gas recovery piece, the exact thing that was just set in motion. And all three of those sources combined is what the rebates are actually being paid out from.
So yeah, that's basically the whole thing laid out. And look, I've had this running across different conditions for a while now. Checked how it handles edge cases, traced through the logic at multiple points, and nothing came back inconsistent. It's not trying to be some kind of all-in-one platform. It's built around one specific function, and that function holds up when actually examined. The structure makes sense, the flow from input to output is clean, and nothing ever felt like it was papering over something. The longer it's been running, the more stable the behavior has been, and that kind of consistency is honestly what I look for more than anything. So that's where things stand after putting in the actual hours. All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.